Hi, Paul Hefty here with the Triangle O football system. Want to do a quick overview of our blast pass. This is a flood series using a sail, bench, drive, and shallow concept. Let's take a look. So first, here's the foundation, being the counter blast RPO we like to use. You can see here we've got the H leading. It's a simple ISO. The back does the counter action though, and then we read that will backside backer using our pop concept. How this works for communication, all our run action passes, we simply add a prefix of a directional call, compass call. In this case, if it's a pocket pass, we use north as the verbal, and that's the prefix to the actual blast scheme. And then the signal is simply a hand salute on top of the head. So the foundation to the whole flood series is going to be a 3-level route. You can see the Z is going to take the top off. The A then does the sail route, being a 15-yard deep out, and then the H is going to go ahead and run the flats route, 5-yard arrow, with the X running a solo dig on the back side. Real simple. We'll use the northern prefix with the bulls, the blast call, and tells us we're going to run a counter blast, flood sideline pass to the right. So again, quarterback does his rocker fake with the back. He's going to take a 3-step drop, read the corner all the way, going high-low with a solo dig on the backside. O-line will go ahead and use their half-man, half-slide pro, and the back will go ahead and fake, going inside out, Mike to Sam. Love this because it's really simple for our quarterbacks, and again, high percentage pass against any coverage. Here's the sail flood versus 2 high cover 4. Same read progression with the corner. Again, this is really tough for cover 4 though, for the ox to get over and underneath that A receiver with the sail route. Key with his route technique, the A is to go ahead and do a speed cut, meaning he's going to go ahead and cut with his outside foot and then get depth as he goes to the sideline, 12 to 15. If we go 3-by-1, nothing changes. The H is just going to have to go do a counter move inside first for timing, as if he's running the ISO, and then still runs his arrow flats route. Again, you can see against a 1 high safety, this really creates conflict for that corner being a 3-level high flood. This is great to run as a stack. You can see the only thing that changes, our same stack rule, the Z is going to spray out at a 45-degree angle and still run his go route, taking the top off. Everything stays the same, reprogression, high-low for the quarterback, focusing on the corner. You can do an exchange here where we simply have now the Z and the A exchanging routes. In this case, the Z would go ahead and take a 45-degree angle inside, and now they're going to run the speed out sail, and the A will go rub right off behind him, doing the spray at a 45, and then the go route. Again, quarterback, same progression. We've just exchanged receivers, high-low, reading the corner. You can do this under center because the timing of it works very well. We'll go ahead and have the quarterback reverse pivot, fake the blast, and then as soon as he makes the fake, get his eye on the corner, still reading 3-level flood. One of the reasons I like this as a core pass concept is the flexibility and the personnel groupings and the alignments. So we can go 2 back, 21 personnel, and simply run this now, the X running a bench route. We can turn this into a 2-level flood, reading still high-low, but great conflict for a Sam backer in the flats. Again, same sideline flood concept. We're just doing it now with 22 personnel, and we go ahead and fake our blast, high-low, using a corner route by the X. Once your quarterbacks have mastered the sideline or sail flood, we can take this 3-level flood concept and turn it into a drive flood, where we're going to go ahead and focus on the onside safety high-low. The A receiver now runs a post over top. We've still got the X running their solo dig. The H now will go ahead and run an under route under the linebackers getting across. and the Z goes ahead and runs his deep choice route, tracer, or go. Quarterback still is going to fake counter blast. We're still going to use our half slide pro, but now we'll go ahead and read the ox high-low, looking for the post, the dig to the under. Again, flexibility in the system. Now we use the drive flood out of 21 personnel and under center. Again, nothing changes. The H just understands concept rule. He needs to run an under route towards the call, so he's going to go ahead and do a pivot under at the mic to get to his spot. Quarterback's going to go ahead, reverse pivot, make his fake, but now read the onside safety all the way, high-low, looking for the X now running the post, the Z with the dig, and the H on the under. From 3x1, as we said, the H just has to understand he does a pivot under route, same read progression, whether it's gun or under, and we're going high-low on the ox. Again, this is great from a stack set. We can go ahead, same rules. Z will go use his spray technique to run his deep choice read. A still got the post. X now will get vertical since he's in tight to run his dig. H still runs the under. Quarterback, same read progression on the ox, high-low. Third phase is now to go pick on the backside safety, what we call the goat, using a shallow cross 3-level flood. Now the X will go ahead and run the post. The A will run the dig, and the H still has the under, and the Z still has the deep choice read. Quarterback does his counter blast fake, same pass pro for the O-line, but now he'll focus on the backside safety or the goat and read that high-low. Last, great to run from the stack set again. X still runs the post. A's got the dig, H with the under, and Z with the deep choice. Quarterback again reads that backside safety. In this case, if there's one, it's just that middle high safety, but we're going to look deep to shallow, looking for the X deep over top and the dig underneath with a check down to the H. You can see once you get your sail or sideline flood concept developed, you can go ahead and progress to the drive, reading the onside safety, to the shallow, to the backside safety. But the quarterback is doing a 3-level flood read concept, just focusing on a different defender. Thanks.